All right, everyone. Hope you're doing well. It is Monday, February 1st. Happy Black History Month. Happy February. And try to keep warm. I went outside earlier today to dig out my car. It looks like the sun is out, so most of the snow is gone. The roads are clear, but I really don't have a reason to go out, so I'm pretty much inside today catching up on videos. I have a long list and I'm getting them done. I already recorded all my oval content. Be on the lookout for that. And I got a couple follow-up videos that I meant to do a couple days ago, but I decided to take a break instead. And this video is kind of like a review / reaction of COVID-19 vaccine in the Black community, a Tyler Perry special. It's actually available on the Tyler Perry Studios YouTube channel. I will leave a link in the top comment below. I'll leave a comment, then pin it to the top. I even left it in the community tab a couple nights ago, so you should see it there. As usual, I played at double speed. I think that's a bad habit I've gotten used to. It's almost like no matter what I'm watching, I will watch it like 1.75 or twice the speed so I can get through it, in half the time. But, only on videos where the talking speed isn't inaudible, like I can't understand, like I just kind of skip through the dramatic pauses. So let me just say this much. This was an informative special. I like Tyler said, I think one of the key things I enjoyed was during the opening minutes, he's addressing the audience, looking at the camera, obviously, and he's pretty much stating that, this isn't to pressure you to get it or not get it. I'm asking the questions that I think a lot of other people want to ask, and I'm asking some health experts, and, after you take the information, it's pretty much your choice. So props to that. And also, going back to my other video, I think it was for the CBS This Morning. It was the interview he did with Gayle King and CBS in general, where he talked about the vaccine. And I think the title of the video I did was, is Tyler Perry a sellout? And some people in the comments of that video were a bit, y'all need to stop talking bad about Tyler Perry. In the video, I actually stated, the title isn't clickbait. It isn't meant to be. And it isn't like that's my opinion. I went to the actual interview, and when I tell you the dislikes heavily outrated the likes, and in all the comments, a majority of them, sorry, not all, but a huge majority of the comments were Tyler Perry's a sellout, and Tyler Perry's, this is a con man, he's just the man, he getting paid to, advocate for the vaccine, yada, yada, yada. That's why I titled the video the way I did, because it's asking the question, is he a sellout because he's promoting the vaccine? Let me just say, I thought this was a pretty good special. He was speaking with a Carlos and Kimberly. Let me say, Kimberly, I liked her because her demeanor, body language, it felt like she could easily fit into a show. She could easily fit into a Tyler Perry production. I felt like I was listening to a character from Sisters or one of the Tyler Perry plays. And, I thought it was great. And let me just put it this way. Tyler said, these two are individuals who help with the Tyler Perry Studios, I guess you could say, camp quarantine. And, did he say nobody tested positive during filmings of various shows? Let me put it this way. Regardless of how you feel about the vaccine, you have to look at the fact that Tyler Perry Studios camp quarantine has been pretty damn successful. So I don't think he's just talking to people who don't know what they're doing. That's all I'm saying. But I will say this much. They didn't shy away from saying, oh, we don't know, or it's too new. We don't know the full side effects. And that's the scary thing about the virus, the fact that it impacts people differently. Like I've had some friends who have caught it, felt like a bad cold that wouldn't go away, but they fully recovered. And unfortunately, I know some people who have some breathing issues now. They've survived the virus, but unfortunately they do have some lasting side effects. Some small things like, hey, I lost my taste for a few weeks, others, inhalers. So it's just one of those things where what works for one person might not work for the next. Kind of like snowflakes. No two are alike. It's almost the same thing with this pandemic or virus, whatever you want to call it. Some people might not even catch it and have symptoms. They might just be a carrier, while another person, they're downright sick as a dog. So when it comes to the information, it's one of the reasons why I wouldn't run out to get the vaccine, because It's so new. I mean, the virus itself is a monster in itself, and the research isn't fully analyzed, if you will, because there's not a full scale count of, oh, if you take the vaccine, here's what's going to happen. You know, one person might just feel a little sting in their arm and that's it. Another person might feel like they're going to die because they're sick as a dog from the shot. I don't know, but I will say this much: it is what it is. I mean, you can watch the special. I feel like some of the questions I had were, either asked or given an answer to, or, I feel like some people, obviously they immediately made their mind up that I'm not taking the vaccine no matter what, and this special isn't going to change my mind. That's completely understandable too. And I've been reading some comments, here and there, and looking online to get responses for what people said about it. The comments were cut off on this video on the Tyler Perry Studios YouTube channel. The likes are at the moment about 1,200 likes, 300 dislikes. And, just going on Facebook and Twitter, some people just were not having, well, a majority of the people just weren't having it. And, to be fair, I do think it is some, truth behind why is it they're pushing black people to take it. But, I could see many sides of this. It's like the government's past of black people being guinea pigs, and also the concern of, because of this distrust, black people don't usually go for these shots and vaccines, but then black people are one of, if not the most at risk, or I guess you could say the specific people group who are experiencing the highest death rates of the virus. So that's why there's a concern and a awareness of, hey, black people, we need to get this vaccine. So like I said before, I'm not really here to preach to you. I'm just giving my 2 cents on what I thought about the special. Frontline workers, elderly, people who are higher risk, I think, should be at the front of the line. But like I said, as a person who works from home and rarely goes out as it is, I'm not in a rush to take it. It's one of those things where if I was under a circumstance like I had to go somewhere, travel or whatever, and I had to get the vaccine, probably, I'd get it. But as of right now, I'm good. It's kind of like the comparison I made in my other video. It's kind of like when a new game station, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, when those systems first came out, never in a rush to get those things because, generally the first people to get it discover there's a flaw in the system or a bug or a virus, if you will. Then they'll have to put out a patch for it and then they'll fix the problem. So when the next wave of systems comes out, they're damn near flawless. So I feel like the same is true about the vaccine. It's a bit too early. It feels a bit rushed, if you will. And hell, who's to say it's not a placebo instead of a real vaccine? I don't know. But either way, it's a 30-minute special. If you want to watch it, go ahead. I mean, like I said, I watched it at double speed, so I was done in about 15 minutes. That's really all I got. I mean, like I said, whatever Tyler Perry Studios is doing in regards to, COVID regulations, it's obviously been working since, the place is still up and running. Not many, if any, cases or people tested positive. So, it's up to you. That's pretty much all I can say about it. And I think this is the last time I'll even have to address this. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And aside from liking and subscribing and all that good stuff, if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or join Patreon for as little as $1 a month.